The president headed back to Washington after a two-day trip to China and a meeting with the Chinese president.
Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Presidents Trump and Xi took part in a garden tour, tea ceremony, and second day of talks before a formal send-off, both leaders touting a historic trip.
President Xi's an incredible guy. Got along, made a lot of great trade deals.
President Trump says China has agreed to buy more farm products, 200 Boeing airplanes, and even U.S. energy. The president also confirmed they discussed Taiwan, a flashpoint since Beijing claims the self-governing island as its own.
I think the last thing we need right now is a war. That's 9,500 miles away. I think that's the last thing we need. We're doing very well.
Would the U.S. defend Taiwan if it came to it?
I don't want to say. I'm not going to say that.
The president said he would make a decision soon on a previously approved multi-billion-dollar defensive arms package for Taiwan. Lawmakers have questioned why the president is stalling.
State Department brought something to Congress. We made a decision on it quickly, and the president is the one that's holding it up.
Look, we got to arm Taiwan so they can defend themselves for deterrence against. Chairman Xi is obviously very aggressive, and he showed that at the summit.
The U.S. conflict with Iran was also in focus since China is Iran's largest trading partner. But President Trump said he doesn't need Xi's help.
I'm not asking for any favors, because when you ask for favors, you have to do favors in return. We don't need favors.
Iran said Friday it doesn't trust the Americans and appreciates the diplomatic help of others.
Chinese have a good intention, so anything that can be done by them to help.
But the standoff in negotiations remains over Iran's enriched uranium.
China's foreign ministry said President Xi will visit the United States this fall at the request of President Trump, as China touted the summit this week as, quote, historical.